Welcome back to another language arts session. Today we are going to be continuing our focus on book reports. We started last week and today we are going to be continuing as we need to master the writing process as it relates to book reports. So we are going to be reviewing what is a book report and what are some of the features or characteristics of a book report. So what is a book report? I know all of us have read books, whether it is fiction or non-fiction. We know that when we speak about fictional books, we are speaking about books with imaginary characters. Non-fiction, books that give factual information. Right? So what is a book report? Well, a book report is a written composition or an oral presentation that describes, summarizes, and often, but not always, evaluates a work of fiction or non-fiction. So, as it states, it can be an oral presentation. So, the teacher might ask you to read a book, go before the class, and give an oral presentation. Or, your teacher might ask you to write it. Alright? So, all book reports, we have similar characteristics or features. Some might be structured different from the way that I have structured mine. And it all depends on the grade level in which you are in. So as you go to grade 4, 5, 6 and high schools, the format might change. But for grade 3, there are certain things that your teacher will ask for in their book report. So book reports generally follow a basic format that includes the following information. And the first information that is generally given is the title of the book. If the book is a non-fiction book, then you also include the year of publication. If it's a fictional book, you don't have to give it. Then we move on to the name of the author. And we know that the author is a person who writes the book. Well, the author, that would be the male. We know the female is called a what? Anybody remembers from our class in January where we spoke about gender? Alright, I'm not going to remind you. You'll go back and you'll check your document that I gave to you and you'll see what the female is called. But the male is actually called the actor. When we state the genre or the type of book, so whether the book is an autobiography, a biography, a fictional book, you state it. Then you state the main subject, the plot, the theme of the book. We also state the characters, the main characters that are in the book as well. Then we give a brief summary of the key points or ideas that are in the book. And what I have done for grade 3, I have done it similar to how we would have done our story map, where you would have stated the problem and stated how the problem was solved. As I say to you, when you go to the higher grades, it may be done differently from how I am currently doing it. We also give the reader's response to the book, identifying the apparent strengths and weaknesses of the book. For grade 3, you generally state your view or opinion on the book as it relates to if you like the book, and also if you would recommend the book to someone else. So we are going to be just refreshing our memories as it relates to book reports. So the title of the book that we are going to be reading today is The Hair and the Torso. And this is written by Rob John. There once lived a very proud hare. He loved to stroll around the forest with his nose held high in the air. Everyone knew that the hare thought he was the best hare ever was. There was one thing that the hare was more proud of than anything else. He had been blessed with strong back legs, and that meant he could run very fast. He never missed an opportunity to show off his running skills to his friends. And no one had ever known to run faster than him. Or not until the day he met the torso, who slowly crawled by. As the hare was bragging to his friends. Hurry up, old torso, laughed the hare. you went much slower, the grass would grow over you. You may rush all you wish, the tortoise said, but I get to where I want to be soon enough. Thank you. He looked the year up and down slowly before continuing. In fact, I reckon I could get there quicker than you. Fast as you are. So here we see a challenge being issued. What do you think is going to occur? The hare burst out laughing. Quicker than me? That I should like to see. And so he challenged the tortoise to a race. The arrangements were soon made. And the very next day, everyone arrived to watch the hare and the tortoise run their race. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Cried the rooster. And in a flash, the air was out of sight and over the hill. The crowd clapped and cheered as the old tortoise lifted first one foot and then the other, and slowly began to make its way along the path. He looked neither to the right nor the left, but kept his eyes on the winding road straight ahead. The hare raced along the road. It was obvious to one and all that the hare was in a great rush, and it seemed he would surely win. Far behind him, the tortoise plowed steadily along. Soon, the hare had reached the race halfway point. I have plenty of time, he said to himself. I must be miles ahead of that old slowpoke torso by now. In fact, I could have a snooze right here. And now And when I wake up, continue on my way, and I would still have time to beat the torso. And so the hare sat down under a tree and went to sleep. The hours passed by, and after a time the torso appeared over the hill. He walked down the road till he reached the spot where the hare sat fast asleep. The torso looked but didn't say a word and continued slowly on his way. The sun was beginning to go down when the hare suddenly woke up. He yawned and stretched, and saw to his satisfaction that the torso was nowhere to be seen. Plenty of time to win the race, said the hare to himself. Happily, off down the road he sped. But as he came over the hill, he saw the most amazing sight. There ahead of him was the torso, taking his last few steps towards the finishing line. The crowd cheered wildly as his shiny shell broke the tape into two, and the rooster declared him the winner. As the hare panted for breath at the end of the race, the torso smiled. Slow I may be, but I keep my eyes on the gold, and I don't let anything distract me. The end of a story. Hope you enjoyed that story. Now we are going to be breaking down the story by writing our book report. So in your introduction, we generally have the title of the story, the author, how many pages, and the genre. I mean, the genre means type of book. We know that this is a fairy tale, so our genre is going to be fiction. There are 6 pages. We know that the title for a book was The Hare and the Torso, and our author was Rob John. Now, who were the main characters? Well, the main characters were the hare and the torso. Now, let's move on to our setting. The story took place where? So the story took place in the forest. Now, what was the problem in the story? Well, The hare thought he was the best and fastest runner in the forest. He saw a torso and the challenge was issued. You don't need to write out every single word. You keep it as compact as possible. Now, how was the problem solved? Well, after leading the race, the torso decided to take a nap, which allowed the torso to pass him and win the race. Now, I'm going to be moving to your experience as it relates to the book. So, what was the favorite part of the story? Well, my favorite part of the story was when the torso told the hare, "Slow I may be, but I keep my eyes on the goal, and I don't let anything distract me." And there's a reason why that is my favorite part, and we're going to be finding out shortly. Now, question. Did you like the book? Why or why not? Well, I liked the story as it teaches the reader to always remain focused and keep their eyes on their goal or on the prize. So never get distracted. Would you recommend this book to a friend? Why or why not? Well, as for me, yes, I would recommend the book to others as it will teach them a valuable life lesson. And a valuable life lesson is to always remain focused. Now it's time for your classwork. For your classwork, you're going to be reading the following chosen story and then complete the book report. The chosen book is Pleasing Everyone. And this is written by Angus MacGyver. Alright, so it says, once upon a time, a man and his son were going to town. They wanted to sell their donkey at the market. They were walking along the road, the country road, with the donkey in front of them. On the way, a young man spoke to them. "How foolish you are," he said. Continuing, he said, "The donkey is strong and will carry the boy." So, the man put the boy on the donkey, and they went on their way. But soon after, they met a young woman. "Lazy boy," she cried out, "let your poor father ride on the donkey and you walk. So the man took his son off the donkey and got on instead. After 20 minutes later, they passed an old man. "You are a selfish old man," he cried. "There is room on the donkey for the boy as well." A little puzzled, he took his son up and placed him before him on the donkey. As they approached the town, they met an old woman. "How cruel you are!" she shouted at them. "You both should be carrying the poor donkey." The old man and his son got off the donkey and tried to think what to do. They fought and fought until at last they cut down a pole and tied the donkey's feet to it. They raised the pole and the donkey to their shoulders and continued along their journey. Entering the town, they could hear the laughter of the people who met them until they came to the bridge leading to the market. As they crossed the bridge, the front legs of the donkey became loose. The donkey kicked out his loosed foot, causing the boy to drop his end of the pole. The poor donkey fell over the bridge and drowned, as his two back feet were still tied together on the pole. Oh boy, unfortunate. So we have come to the end of the story. Now you're going to be completing your book report by filling out the information that is needed from the story. Have a wonderful day, students, and I will see you again soon.